Chapter 87. This height is kinda impolite. Yikno. As the boss, Chen Yuan naturally had to go all out to contribute to his gaming business, so much so that he got so caught up in the game he even forgot to eat lunch. It was Li Changjian who finally called him. "Boss, it's time for lunch. Why aren't you here yet?" Chen Yuan held his phone horizontally. "On my way. Just need to let the guys kill me one more time. Then I'll head over." After hanging up, Li Changjian was completely confused. What does the boss mean by that? Let someone kill me one more time? Is he playing a game? A boss playing his own company's game? Guess that makes sense. Li Changjian shrugged and sat down to eat. Across from him was Yu Yu, who was frowning at a dozen draft on her phone while picking at her food. "Miss Yu still working during lunch? Did the boss secret lie give you a bonus again?" Yu Yu put down her phone, gave him a sideways glance and said, "The boss didn't he keep me? Why would he give me extra money? This is just my passion for work." Li Changjian grinned. "Watch your words. The juvenile protection law isn't just for show." Yu Yu froze. "No wonder you can teach it, eh? Girlfriend, you raise such a straight guy." She rolled her eyes. "Li Changjian, when are you gonna fix that mouth of yours? Maybe then some woman will actually like you." Li Changjian scratched his messy hair. "Look who's talking. You say it has passion for work, but it's just you venting your excess energy, directing the energy you use on men toward your job instead." Yu Yu barely held herself back. If she'd let her anger get the better of her, she would smashed the dinner plate over his head, then grabbed that stupid head of his and torn at it, pinning him to the ground and stomping him into dog crap with her feet. This was infuriating. What a straight man. The kind with an advanced case of straight man syndrome. Chen Yuan walked over and sat next to Yu Yu. "What are you chatting about? Sounds so lively," Yu Yu thought. "Boss, which eye of yours saw me chatting lively?" "Just work stuff," she huffed. Li Changjian chuckled and joked. You just say wait. Cough." Chen Yuan almost choked on his own saliva. "Dude, there's a drone hovering 3 feet above us. You dare make a joke like that in front of tens of thousands of viewers? Do you want the police to invite us for tea?" Yu Yu shot Li Changjian a sharp glare, grabbed her plate angrily and said, "I'll leave you to eat. Xiao Li, you're gonna make me mad to death." Watching Yu Yu storm off, Li Changjian scratched his messy hair, even more confused. "Did I say something wrong?" Chen Yuan sighed inwardly. This guy's a genius at tech, but at a tal straight guy. No wonder he can teach it. A girlfriend even with a monthly salary of tens of thousands. You didn't just say something wrong, you didn't say a single thing right. And the worst part, he thinks he's totally in the right, though technically, he didn't do anything wrong either. "Boss, when I called you earlier, you said you were." Chen Yuan took a bite of shredded pork with fish flavor. "I was playing a game." Li Changjian nodded. "The boss is amazing, but he's still a teenager liking games. Is normal. Our company's mobile game? Yeah, gotta stimulate some consumption. Yikno. I can't just sit around doing nothing." Li Changjian ran a hand through his messy hair. If you want to play games, just say so, no need to call it stimulating consumption. He patted his forehead. Oh, right. Guan Fengyi from customer service messaged me this morning. She said there's a player named Ultimate Cannon in server 46 who's being super arrogant, insulting people non-stop and ruining the friendly game atmosphere. She asked me to ban his account. Chen Yuan almost choked on his drink. You don't need to handle that. Games are games. A little conflict here and there is inevitable. We're a conscience company, can't go banning accounts at the drop of a hat. Li Changjian nodded. You're right, boss. I won't do anything about it then. Chen Yuan shook his head. Is it really that easy to stimulate consumption? After lunch, Chen Yuan returned to his office. Launching Honor of Kings was a must, and according to his plan, it would happen before the end of the month. A brand new mobile game would definitely need a brand new team. Hiring people was a given. The second floor was still empty, so it could be used as the base for Honor of Kings. But the leadership, that was a problem. A game of this caliber required signing countless agreements, and it needed someone reliable to manage it. As a teenager, where would he find someone trustworthy? Chen Yuan frowned and tapped his forehead. Dong Jiangguo. That old guy was sharp, capable, and loyal enough, but he was currently busy overseeing the launch of the mobile version of PUBG. What about his daughter? Dong Wanyi had the skills. She'd been doing a great job managing the marketing and promotion department these days. Tomorrow After's ability to stand out in such a short time was also thanks to her non-stop hard work day and night. Chen Yuan decided to talk to her and see her views on the mobile game market. Having made up his mind, he picked up the phone on his desk. Dong Wanyi, come to my office. Dong Wanyi put down the phone. Her expression complicated. Who would VE thought their company's mobile game would actually gain a firm foothold in the market? It was only the second day, but it had already topped all the rankings. No other mobile game could challenge Tomorrow After anytime soon. Tomorrow After's reputation was amazing, way beyond her expectations. Even the boss of Fei Shu Network had started calling to ask about the company's situation, but Dong Wanyi was NT stupid. She'd never reveal any information to her former boss. She debrushed him off with a few vague words. For Dong Wanyi, Yuan Shen Network had become the place where she could realize her dreams. Now that Chen Yuan had summoned her, Dong Wanyi stood up, straightened her clothes, and walked toward the chairman's office. In her high heels, reaching the door, she knocked. A lazy voice came from inside. Come in. Dong Wanyi pushed the door open. The first thing she saw was the boss lying on the sofa, playing a game. When Chen Yuan saw her, he quickly sat up. Miss Dong, you're here. Come sit. He put down his phone and patted the sofa next to him. Sit on the sofa and talk business with the boss? That seems a bit inappropriate. Dong Wanyi stood by the sofa, fidgeting with her hands. No, it's okay. Just tell me what you need, and I'll listen. Well, if she wants to stand, Chen Yuan didn't push it, but this height, staring at her black, silk-covered legs all the time. That's kinda impolite. Chen Yuan patted his forehead. Miss Dong, seriously, you should sit down. Having these long legs sticking right in front of me is making my head spin. Who can resist long legs in silk? Chapter 88. Let's go pick up Lizzie from school. Dong Wanyi glanced down at her short skirt and silk stockings. This height is indeed Abbott. She took 2 steps back and sat down on the sofa across from Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan nodded toward the tea on the table. Want a cup of tea? I don't really like tea. Chen Yuan shrugged. Miss Dong, your marketing and promotion work has been excellent. I'm very satisfied. But what's your take on the current mobile game market situation? Dong Wanyi sat up straight and replied, our company's strong entry into the mobile game market has already brought about some changes. The previously chaotic market has been sorted out, and many mobile game companies are now afraid to make moves. They just waiting to see how we respond. Our company's free-to-play model has let many people see its benefits. I believe a large number of copycat mobile games will pop up soon. Kangas and Themily. Dong Wanyi seemed to have opened a floodgate, talking non-stop, analyzing the market, outlining strategic plans, one point after another. Chen Yuan nodded, repeated lie, but his mind was wandering. Black silk or white silk, which is better? After listening for a while, his head started to ache. Chen Yuan waved his hand to stop her. Well said. I couldn't agree more. He cleared his throat and said softly, actually, tomorrow after is just my first step in seizing the mobile game market. Next, I plan to release a trump card move that will settle the mobile game market once and for all. Dong Wanyi looked at Chen Yuan in surprise. Most bosses, after launching a hit game, would first focus on solidifying their achievements, expanding their gains, cracking down on piracy, and then converting players into loyal fans to capture more market share. But her boss, after releasing one hit, was already planning to launch another game. She couldn't figure him out at all. Chairman Chen, won this disrupt our own game market? Chen Yuan chuckled and stared into her beautiful eyes. No, the game I'm about to launch is something the world has never seen before, a game that will truly make Yuan Shen network famous worldwide. Dong Wanyi's curiosity was instant. Lai peaked. Never seen before? Famous worldwide? What kind of game could it be? Seeing the curiosity in her eyes, Chen Yuan smiled. Launching a new game requires a dedicated team to handle the arrangements. Our company is short-staffed, especially in leadership positions, so I plan to appoint you as the manager in charge of mobile games. The mobile game department manager would be responsible for all mobile game-related matters. Managing one game was manageable, but 2 games would inevitably get messy, so a dedicated person was definitely needed. Dong Wanyi froze. I'm getting a promotion just like that? Her goal was to become the chief administrative officer within 3 years. Becoming the mobile game department manager now meant she was just one step away from that position. Dong Won-yi bit her bright red lower lip. I will definitively Joe. Chen Yuan nodded, then stood up. Dong Won-yi quickly stood up too. Chen Yuan reached out and patted her shoulder. Work hard, I have high hopes for you. His movements and tone were smooth enough, but Chen Yuan was only 163 centimeters tall, and Dong Won-yi in her high heels was around 180 centimeters. The position of his eyes was somewhat impolite. His barely visible apple bobbed up and down. I wonder what perfume Miss Dong uses. It's quite charming. And the view in front of him, The scene was also somewhat discordant. It's not that I want to look at that she's wearing high heels, so I can help it. Curse these high heels. Noticing Chen Yuan's evasive gaze, Dong Won-yi couldn't help but smile, her mood lifting. This boss is actually kinda cute sometimes. Chen Yuan took 2 steps back, trying to put some distance between them. After all, he was a pure-hearted teenager. Go prepare, hurry up with the muscle. Dong Won-yi immediately agreed. Okay, I'll head out now. Chen Yuan waved her off. Once she was gone, he returned to the sofa and casually opened his live stream. The comments flooded in. 666. Master Yuan, just tell us, was it big? Was it fragrant? Did the scent make you dizzy? It's been years since you weaned. Are you trying to relive the past? Guys, can we stop making dirty jokes while watching the stream? I'm still a kid. 3. Love this type, fair skin, beautiful face, long legs, curvy figure. Bro, your comment got censored. Watch out, or you'll get kicked out of the stream. Wasn't everything normal just now? I totally don't teach it what you all talking about. Oh. Chen Yuan fully agreed with that last comment. He had no idea what these people were on about either. After closing the live stream, Chen Yuan opened the stock market app. Naturally, he checked his own company stock first. The former Penglai Games had now been renamed Yuan Shen Network. In recent days, Yuan Shen Network stock had hit the daily limit, maximum allowed increase every single day. It had become the stock all investors dreamed of buying, but no one was selling. The initial stock price was 0.3 yuan. Now it had risen to 6.2 yuans, and the market value had increased 20-fold. A few days ago, Yuan Shen Network stock had started to show signs of weakening growth, but then tomorrow, after dominated all the rankings, reigniting interest in Yuan Shen Network stock and sending it to the daily limit again. It would probably stay at the daily limit for the next few days. The stock live stream chat was also full of praise. This stock is amazing to Vatican Bitbani. I feel like I missed out on 100 million yuans. Master Yuan hasn't been playing the stock market lately, so the market's even more bearish. When will the bull market come? Chen Yuan skimmed the comments, smiled, and then closed the stock app. I can't waste time. I need to go improve the player's gaming experience. Chen Yuan was bored out of his mind that day. By 5 p.m., he felt restless all over. He checked the time on his phone, stood up and stretched. It's so early today. How about I go pick up Lai? Ahem. My dad from school. He thought this was a great idea. Students need care and attention. In the past, Chen Donglai had been neglectful of Chen Yuan, but Chen Yuan could follow in his footsteps. He had to shower his child with care, letting him feel the warmth of a parent's love. Maybe this tender care would unlock Chen Donglai's wise heart, motivating him to work hard and bring glory to Chen Yuan, so that when he was with others, Chen Yuan could hold his head high and say, "Look, Milizis Realogity." Chen Yuan went downstairs, waved to his driver and said, "Let's go to the school, Wei." Picking up the kid from school. Chapter 89, picking up Lai Zi from school. Luo Shang trotted over eagerly. "Leader, are we heading straight to the school?" Chen Yuan rolled his eyes. "First he called me chairman, then boss when he told him not to. And now leader. When I stopped that. Fine, whatever. Yeah, straight to the school. Wei picking up the kid." Luo Shang responded with a cheerful, "Got it," and hurried to open the rear door for Chen Yuan. "Lai Zi, Wei good buddies now. Why are you still being so stand of fish?" Des Huang slung his arm over Chen Donglai's shoulder. Chen Donglai shot him eagle and swatted his arm away. "You little rascal, who's your buddy? Call me uncle, got it?" Des Huang pouted and muttered in his deep voice, "Tsk, such a bad temper. Classmates don't call each other uncle. You so old-fashioned. I swear to God, my temper's about to blow. I feel like knocking you out right now." He kicked Des Huang's butt. "If you dare call me your buddy again, I'll slice you into pieces." Des Huang rubbed his butt. "Lai Zi, you're threatening me? And there's a drone following you." The mention of the drone made Chen Donglai fly into a rage. That thing was just like sticky dog skin plaster, the kind you could shake off, no matter how hard you tried. Husey, who was walking beside them, snickered. "Brother Lai Zi, I'll call you brother out of respect. Ever since you joined our class, no one dares mess with us anymore. I bet if you give the word, you'll have tons of underlings, and our class can walk around like we own the place. Out of respect? Respect my foot. These brats have no sense of manners at all. They get ruder the more familiar they are." Chen Donglai scowled. "I hope your dad beats some sense into you, then you'll stop spouting nonsense." Husey scratched his head. "My dad doesn't hit me." After walking out of the school gate, Husey immediately spotted his dad's Audi. "My dad's here to pick me up in his Audi. Gotta go, brother Lai Zi. Des Huang, see you tomorrow." Des Huang waved him off and muttered quietly, "Lucky guy his dad picks him up in a fancy car every day. Why's this kid so into comparing things at such a young age?" Chen Donglai lectured him earnestly. "Des Huang, if you don't work hard when you're young, you'll regret it when you're old. Take this chance to study hard. Get into a top university like a 985. Marry a beautiful, successful woman, and reach the peak of your life. Then when you have a family, you can drive a fancy car to pick up your own kid." Des Huang sneered and pouted. "Why would I work my butt off just so some snot-nosed kid can ride in a fancy car someday? Pfft. Well said. He thinks just like me. Hunk, hunk, Two loud horn blasts rang out, and the other cars around scattered. A Rolls-Royce Cullinan glided effortlessly into a parking spot right in front of the school gate. Chen Donglai glanced at the car, then said to Dis-Huang, "Fancy cars aren't a big deal. Even if our family came to pick us up on a bicycle, we should be happy. Anyway, my son's here in his Rolls-Royce." Dis-Huang froze, dumbfounded. That's some next level humble bragging. Li Zi, I thought we were buddies. But you. Chen Donglai walked over to the car, opened the door and climbed in. Son, you're doing great, really great. He looked around the car's interior, praising it non-stop. He clearly was in a good mood. Chen Yuan chuckled. All right, let's head home. As he spoke, he noticed Dis-Huang staring at the car longingly. Chen Yuan rolled down the window, leaned past Li Zi, and looked at Dis-Huang outside. Dis-Huang, hop in, I'll give you a ride home. Dis-Huang's face lit up instantly. He agreed eagerly, opened the rear door and squeezed in. Quit shoving so hard. Chen Dong. Li shifted to the side to make room. Dis-Huang was pretty stocky, but luckily the car had plenty of space. Adding one more person was an top problem. Dis-Huang looked embarrassed. Brother Li Zi, bear with me a little. Then he turned to Chen Yuan, grinning from ear to ear, and waved. Brother Yuan, long time no see. Chen Donglai's jaw almost dropped. Noticing Chen Donglai's stare, Dis-Huang quickly added, Brother Li Zi, don't worry our relationships. One Tijit mixed up. We'll just go by our own terms. Go by our own terms? I swear I'll slap you silly. Chen Donglai regretted letting this kid get in the car. Chen Yuan barely held back a laugh. Brother Li Zi, you look mad. What's wrong? What's wrong? My son is calling me his brother. You should be grateful I didn't have a violent streak otherwise. Today would be your last day alive. Chen Donglai just snorted and said nothing. Dis-Huang laughed awkwardly, then turned back to Chen Yuan. Brother Yuan, that super popular game tomorrow after, is that from your company? As Chen Yuan's classmate, Dis-Huang usually followed some live streams, and he was especially into games like PUBG and Tomorrow After. Even though he was young, he was a die-hard gamer. Every day after finishing his homework, he got an hour to play games. He'd been hooked on Tomorrow After these past 2 days. For students like him, the game was really player-friendly. Its brand new free-to-play model let them explore the game world without spending a penny. Last night, he'd even snooze CAC in 2 hours of playtime, until his dad lifted the covers and whipped his butt with a belt. He was totally hooked. Chen Yuan nodded with a smile. Yeah, that's our company's game. But games are just games. Don't delay too much. Schoolwork comes first. Dis-Huang grinned. Got it. Got it. You're right, Brother Yuan. But hey, I study so hard every day. I barely have time to play. I definitely don't spend excessive time on it. So, can I get an internal account or an activation code? Pretty please? He's got a good imagination. Chen Yuan smiled. Sorry, no games rely on balance. There are no internal accounts, and I can't even get activation codes myself. Every day in the game, I get chased around by pros. So focus on your studies. Chen Donglai, who was sitting beside them, had no idea what they were talking about. What game? Is it the one you were playing yesterday? Lai Zi, you don't know about it? Dis Huang exclaimed. Chen Yuan quickly gave Dis Huang a look to shut him up. Dis Huang clamped his mouth shut. Know about what? Chen Donglai pressed. Nothing, just a really popular game. Dis Huang mumbled. Chen Donglai snorted. There are no good games these days. Reading books is way more interesting than playing games. Dad's mindset has really improved. Chen Yuan felt a surge of pride. They dropped Dis Huang off halfway. After Chen Donglai closed the car door, he finally asked, "Do you rent this car every day? It must cost a fortune." Chen Yuan smiled. "It's a new company car, no cost." Chen Donglai shook his head. "This company is amazing. They even provide cars for you. Why didn't I ever find a company this good?"